On the third day, Laban was told that Jacob had fled, taking his relatives with him. He pursued Jacob for 7 days and caught up with him in the hill country of Gilead. Gilead is like northern Israel. Then God came to Laban, the Aramean, in a dream at night and said to him, "Be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad." Essentially, don't do anything to Jacob. Jacob had pitched his tent in the hill country of Gilead when Laban overtook him, and Laban and his relatives camped there too. Then Laban said to Jacob, "What have you done? You have deceived me, and you carried off my daughters like captives of war in war." So from Laban's perspective of what Jacob did in the last story is, "Oh yeah, I'm totally doing work for you." Then grabbed his daughters and just ran off with them. Like they would do during war times back then. "Why did you run off secretly and deceive me? Why didn't you tell me so I could send you away with joy and singing to the music of tambourines and harps? You didn't even let me kiss my grandchildren and my daughters goodbye. You have done a foolish thing. I have the power to harm you. But last night the God of your father said to me, 'Be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad.' Now you have gone off because you long to return to your father's house. But why did you steal my gods?" He thinks Jacob did it, and Rachel was the one who did it. Jacob answered Laban, "I was afraid because I thought you would take your daughters away from me by force." Laban give any indications of this? Maybe, maybe not. But if you find anyone who has your gods, he shall not live. He shall not live. How serious Jacob takes this. Like, if anybody has stolen, like, he shall not live. He shall, in the presence of our relatives, see if you, for yourself, rather there is anything of yours here with me. If so, take it. Like, if you find anything and you say, "Yeah, this is mine," you can have it. I'm not doing. Now Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen the gods. So this was something Rachel entirely did by herself in secret. So Laban went into Jacob's tent and into Leah's tent and into the tent of the two maidservants, but he found nothing. Either probably with their father or with their mothers, given their age. After he came out of Leah's tent, he reached Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the household gods and put them inside her camel's saddle and was sitting on them. She's doing the whole like, "Well, hi, Dad. Yeah, I have decided to. No, there's nothing I do." They had searched through everything in the tent but found nothing. Rachel said to her father, "Don't be angry, my lord. I cannot stand up in your presence. I am having my period." Okay, something I want. Maybe not back then because it was considered unclean and all that, but wouldn't a father at least know? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, what if Rachel's like, "No, I am not sitting on this. This is a. I can't. Presents, this was a natural thing back then. Because of cleanliness laws and stuff like that. So he searched but could not find the household gods. Jacob was angry and took Laban to task Jacob just now, from his perspective, thinks Laban's just falsely accusing him of stuff, which, yeah, would make sense. Why he would be so angry. What is my crime, he asks Laban. What sin have I committed that you hunt me down? Now that you have searched thoroughly through all my goods, that you have found... What have you found that belongs to your household? Hold. Put it here in front of your relatives and mine, and let them judge between the two of us. Oh, Jacob's not only... No, Jacob's not done yet. I have been with you for 20 years now. Your sheep and goats have not miscarried, nor have I eaten rams from your flocks. I did not bring you animals torn by wild beasts. I bore the loss myself. So he buried it. Probably made it more. He took it upon himself. Like, this is something I need to take care of. And you demand payment for me for whatever was stolen by day or night. This is my situation. The heat consumed me in the daytime, and the cold at night. The sleep fell from my eyes. It was like this for the 20 years I was in your household. I worked for you for 14 years for your 2 daughters and 6 years for your flocks. And you charge me wages. You change my wages 10 times. If the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac had not been with me, you would have surely have sent me away empty-handed. But God has seen my hardship and the toil of my hands, and last night he rebuked you. Yeah, he gave him not the daughter he wanted. He like, no, you can do this. Like, no, just stay a little longer. Name your wages, whatever. Laban answered Jacob, the women are my daughters, the children are my children, the flocks are my flocks, and all you see is mine. Yet, what can I do today about these daughters of mine, or about the children they have borne? Come now, let's make a covenant. You and I, let's serve as a witness between us. So Jacob took a stone and set it up as a pillar. He said to his relatives, gather some stones. So they took stones and piled them up in a heap, and they ate there by the heap. Laban called it Jagar Sudara, which means witness heap, and Jacob called it Gleb. So obviously this was written by Moses. Hebrew means witness heap. Aramaic and Hebrew so separated. Interesting. But it was written by Moses, so he would write Gled because that's what the Israelites around his time knew it as. Go watch Inspiring Philosophy's video of who wrote the Bible. Laban said, this heap is witness between you and me. That is why it's called Gled. It was called Gled. It was also called Mezpah. Means watchtower. Because he said, may the Lord keep watch between you and me when we are away from each other. If you mistreat my daughters or take any wives besides my daughters, even though no one is with us, remember that God is witness between you and me. So he's like, no other daughters, no other wives. I guess they asked the slaves, to the servants, handmaids, whatever the slaves are. Laban also said to Jacob, here is this heap, and here is this pillar I have set up between you and me. This heap is a witness, and this pillar is a witness. This is supposed to, you see the pillar and go like, oh yeah, that! Like, what's that for? Oh, it's for this thing. And if you've forgotten, you were like, oh, that part's not good. Yeah. I will not pass this heap to your side to harm you, and that you will not pass this heap and pillar to my side and harm me. May the God of Abraham, the God of Nahor, and the God of their father judge between us. Now, with this taking place on the border where Gled is, I will show you that this after I finish. Jacob took an oath in the name of the fear of his father Isaac. He offered sacrifices there in the hill country and invited his relatives to a meal. After they had eaten, they spent the night there. Early the next morning, Laban kissed his grandchildren and his daughters and blessed them. Then he left and returned home. So next time Jacob prepares to meet Esau, but hold on, I'm not done here. Yeah, just doing something quick a minute. No, I did not want to do that. Moment. Let's go to Maps. Google Maps. So, Gled is located in northern Israel, like around. Come on. Here. Gled. Not Gillette, you not that! I have to do it myself because it's too... No! The very in Israel. Oh, it's in northern Jordan. Huh. Yeah. The city is in... Oh yeah, it's in northern Jordan. By Israel. So you know, now you see why I got. It's located around here. This is Jordan now. But you notice what's close by? The Golden Heights. This mess of these two dotted lines, which are put in place because it's disputed of who owned this territory. Israel, down here, Israel, or Syria, after the 6-Day War. Oh yeah, there's also this whole territory right here. It's interesting that Gled is not too far away. But where would northern Mesopotamia, Syria, or Iraq, maybe up here around Syria is where Jacob was. That means Syria and Israel are disputing a place around Gled. Are the Israelis and Syrians breaking that covenant? Did one cross over? Does it even matter anymore? I don't know. Why does this camera take the screen light as so bright and anything as... Okay, that's better. I have to turn the brightness down in the camera. Anyway, yes. Also, what other things interested you about that little story? So yes, Jacob was up in probably Syria, came down, and now is headed back to Israel, where he's going to prepare to meet Esau again. Interesting that Gilead is now in modern-day Jordan. The only area that everyone knows what country this is. Also, just pointing out that there's a dispute here. There will be 100 million comments going on. What are you talking about? It's so obviously this, or it's so obviously this. How dare you just say it's disputed? It's like, dude, stop it. Try to take a neutral approach. You can't. And I'm saying this because, guys, stop getting so angry about it. It's not worth getting so angry about. I don't mean to be mocking, but just stop. Anyway, I guess that's for today. Golden Heights comment. Oh, look, my train is like way more blue than it is on the actual screen. Huh. Also, I don't know why the camera is flipped. See? It's not being held upside down. So yeah, Israel, Gilead's around here. Syria, well, modern day Syria. Obviously, Syria didn't exist back then. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's near the Golden Heights. Anyway, stay tuned for next Saturday's installment of Deep Dive. Yeah. It's still so weird. It's mirrored. I don't think there's a setting for that. Anyway. Well. Share your thoughts below. Yeah. I hope this video helped you or blessed you in some way, shape, or form. With that being said, bye.